5 years ago, Leadhead didn't exist. Honestly, I wasn't even trying to start a tackle company. I just wanted a lure that I couldn't find anywhere else. I drove all the way down to Bass Pro in Calgary. The guy looked at me like I had 3 heads. I went home, ordered all the parts on Amazon. That became the Freak. I showed it to my friends and they all loved it too. They started having me make them for them. And then I thought, other people probably want to see this too. The Freak is really my calling card. It was the first thing that put me on the map. I remember demoing it at Lac St. Anne, and we just caught and caught and caught. And it was one of those days where you are starting to become irritated taking the fish off because there's just so many. You're having to take breaks from catching fish because it's just like, man, I don't want to take another one off. It's one of those days. It was in that moment that I knew I had something different here. The first lures wouldn't be what someone would call pretty. But every year I just kept improving. I'd get better paint, better hooks, better packaging, better products. The goal was always simple: make something I'd want to fish with. My first big breakthrough was getting into the 780. I remember getting in there and hoping, throwing them a bunch of bait, a bunch of worms, a bunch of just anything I had. And then they needed more product and more product and more product. And that was when I figured out that I was onto something, that people liked what I was offering, and that just felt so good. The next huge landmark was getting into the fishing hole. That's something that when I had started, that was a huge goal. It put me on the map, made all the difference. The Sportsman Show is probably my favorite time of the year. Like, sure, it's a lot of work, but you know, going back and looking at my booth's evolution over the years, every year a little bit different, more product, change of scenery, and the people that come and the connections that you make and the friends, and it's just the greatest thing. And you know, I can have guys come into my booth and they'll sit there and we'll talk for hours. They might not even be interested in buying anything, but I don't even care, because we're sharing fish stories, we're sharing spots, and we're just like connecting at a level it's hard to find outside. You know, when I first started the Freak, it didn't have any of the skirting. The colors were very, let's call them bland, and weren't the greatest. But just continuously improving and making it better, and what I want to see, and I would, you know, see a style or a color online and be like, oh, that would make a fucking wicked lure. And just get out there and, you know, mess with the colors and the styles, and just get it all together, and then you just hit that moment where you're like, yes, this is it. Those are the moments that just make it all. They make it all. You know, and from the Freak to the Vert Strike to the Lurker to the Freak XL to the Zneds, a lot of these products were inspired by, you know, the type of people who watch these videos, and like that is awesome. The fact that you can have something, you can come to me and we can collaborate and build something that works for you, and odds are it'll work for everyone else too. Like that's the best part. But I need to say thank you. I need to say thank you to every person who came to the Sportsman Show, met me, shook my hand, tried my product, to all the vendors out there who picked my stuff up and sold it for me, to everybody who had a crazy idea, who wanted to try something different, who had a lure that they couldn't find and asked me to make it for them. And then those guys would go fish and catch and send me photos. Those photos are what keeps me going, man. Like it's my favorite thing is when I open up Instagram and I get a shot of somebody holding a fish that they caught on my lure. It's like the greatest thing ever. It's so crazy looking back on all these photos and videos and seeing where I started and how far I've come. This video isn't just about the last 5 years, it's also like to the next. And for my 5 years, I decided to put something together that I think everybody will love. This is only the first 5 years. We've got way more coming, and let's see where that takes us.